Hey guys, thanks for checking out my video this week. This is your weekly news with Chris, and I am your dad next door. Just to get us started off here, I wanted to let you know that I've added a small segment to the very beginning of my series here. It's going to be my YouTube channel of the week, something that if I get it really interested or somebody that I subscribe to just this week or somebody I want to highlight for the week that's really helped me get along my way and kind of see what I want to be doing with this channel, or just something that produces a lot of content that I'm interested in, I'm going to highlight them. You know, that's something that I think we all should be doing. We all should be trying to boost each other up. So that's something I'm going to do at the beginning of this video here, right after this intro segment. Following alongside of that, we've got a couple of interesting articles from the gaming industry and from the automotive industry this week. Lots of neat stuff going around, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight that as well, and we'll get rolling through the rest of the videos. Thanks. So my YouTube video highlight of the week, or my YouTube channel highlight of the week, is actually Dashin' Cars. John is actually a personal acquaintance of mine. He's a really good guy. He does a whole lot of content for rallycross racing or for off-roading and different kinds of things like that. He attends tons of stage rally events throughout the year. He's a huge promoter of the brand and the overall lifestyle of what rally is. And I really think if you're interested, go check out his channel. He's got a whole bunch of content out there, some awesome videos of his. He's got a lifted Civic wagon. It's just absolutely phenomenal. He's done a ton of work with it, and it's just doing some crazy things in the off-road world and getting a lot of attention. Go help him out. Go check out his channel. Watch some of his videos. There are just tons of stuff out there that's great that he's got going on. But so that is my channel of the week. Check out his bio, or his channel link will be in the description of my video here this week. First up in our automotive news for the week, 7th generation Camaro reportedly canceled. This comes after an announcement, or this article comes out with kind of an assumption basis after an announcement that Oppenheimer, the chief designer for the next generation Camaro, has been reassigned to Chevrolet's EV market. This kind of comes as, unfortunately, I want to say it's not as much of a surprise. The new Camaro has just kind of been dwindling. When it was first re-released, it was an iconic vehicle. Everybody wanted to buy it because of the Camaro's awesome muscle car history. And then kind of as they've been rolling, sales have been dwindling year over year. It's been kind of difficult for them to maintain a strong sales market for this vehicle. Personally, if you've ever driven one, I mean, I have. I'm actually not a huge fan of the most recent body style. To me, it's very clunky and it's very contained, and it doesn't feel great to drive. You know, once you get it up, you dump the throttle and it really wants to go, sure. But as far as an overall driving vehicle, I just haven't been that impressed. So if that's the same feeling from the general market that they're getting, I could see why it's been dwindling in sales. So that's a very interesting article. They've got some other information in there. It kind of talks about how long the current body style is designed to continue production, and when they're thinking that the production line may cease entirely unless something major changes. But definitely go check out this article from Motor Authority. It's a good read. It's something that, you know, we definitely need to pay attention to with new designs that are coming out, and as this, you know, electric vehicles continue to gain market share with regular everyday drivers. This next article here coming out from Flow Racing is about the recent completion of Idaho Rally by the ARA, American Rally Association, and Jeff Seahorn and the Seahorn Rally team took first place overall against two of the Subaru USA teams, and that's a phenomenal thing. Higgins had an excellent attempt at driving. Unfortunately, mechanical failure kind of dropped him down and didn't let him finish out strong. He ended up being way behind, and it gave Seahorn an awesome opportunity to maintain a lead that he had picked up very early in the race. It's a phenomenal thing. I'm really happy for him. I've been following his team for about this is the third year I've been following his team and kind of paying attention to what they've been doing in the sport. And this is their first major win for a rally event. So it's an awesome thing for them. I'm really glad about that. Definitely check them out. Also, I'm an AMSOIL user myself. I'm an AMSOIL fan, so I love their brand and love their sponsors, right? So definitely check them out. They're a great team. They got a lot of footage out there from their previous race, and they got Facebook, YouTube, all that kind of stuff. Definitely give them a like. Definitely give them a follow. They're a good group of guys to kind of pay attention to and what they're doing in the rally industry and where they're going with all that. Next article on the list is about, or it's actually just a thing that happening in the motorsports industry right now is Gold Rush Rally. I happen to have the opportunity to be on I-95 driving northbound and happen to go past a bunch, or have not me go past, had a whole bunch of these hypercars, supercars go flying past me down the road. And during that time, I had to figure out what was going on. It happened to be that I was actually kind of right in the middle of the pack of the Gold Rush Rally participants. It was a really cool experience. Tons of cars on the road. I've got another video that I posted last week where I was, kind of taken aback. I just grabbed it with my phone. It's sitting on my channel as well. But this was a really cool thing that they were doing. They started out in Miami, drive all the way up to Chicago, and then they're going back down to Austin, Texas. So it's going to be running until the end of this week. I believe it runs until Sunday of this week. So if you happen to be in the area, or if you happen to be on any of the interstates or kind of follow along their route map, you could definitely check out some awesome cars going down the road. I'm talking about Lamborghinis, Ferraris, Porsches, just a huge slew of vehicles out there that are definitely worth catching a glimpse of if you can. So definitely keep an eye on that. I'll post a link to this channel, or this page in my description, and I'll also post a link to the video that I posted, just give you a glimpse of what I happened to see when I was on I-95 going northbound the other day. This week, for our comedic, slightly entertaining news that we've got, it looks like Arbys has done this, right? The article says, flipped the vegan meat trend, and they have actually made a meat-based vegetable. This carrot in this image here apparently is made out of all meat, and it tastes exactly like a carrot. Don't really see what the gain in this is, but it's kind of funny with basically everything that they've been trying to push in the meatless industry, right? And trying to make all this meatless food taste like meat. Arby's decided to do the exact same, exact opposite of that process. And it's actually pretty funny. I mean, this thing here looks kind of like a carrot, minus the fact that it looks like it's kind of wrapped in plastic, but there's some reviews down in the article that talk about how this thing actually does taste like a vegetable, kind of has the same consistency and everything of a carrot, and that some Arby's stores might actually begin rolling this out later on in the year. I don't know. Would you try it out? It's kind of one of those questions, I look at it and I'm like, if it came into Arby's, I might try it one time just to say that it tasted like a carrot, but I don't think this would be a regular offering for me. It's something interesting, though. I'm not against vegans or anything like that. I think they have a lot of opportunities and a lot of health reasons to be doing it, but this is just funny to me, and I think this is a really cool spin on the whole food industry that Arby's has given us here this week. Definitely something that I caught my eye when I was reading through the news, and definitely something quite comedic. Unfortunately, I don't have a Florida Man article this week. I took a look and see what was available, and nothing really caught my eye. There's a couple, like one about a guy defecating in a driveway or something like that, but nothing that was actually kind of funny, just kind of ridiculous and whatever. So I'm jumping right into the gaming news this week. And as you can see from the title of this article, Nintendo is looking at offerings on how to bring their N64 and their GameCube games to the Nintendo Switch. And there's also a redesign for the Switch that they're looking at doing, probably a solid firmware update, or maybe something even more aggressive, like they went from the Wii to the Wii U. There wasn't a whole lot to say exactly about that, but I'd be very interested. Right now, they have a huge offering with the original NES games in the Switch library that you can buy online and download and play, and that's something that's pretty cool. The emulator works really well on the Switch software. I mean, Nintendo designed it for its Nintendo use, right? So it's something that they've actually, seems like they've made some good, decent revenue on. So they're looking at expanding that offering. Definitely something that I would love to see. I mean, my son right now is over here on the other side of the room playing Mario 64, right? So it's something that we've kind of kept around and kept doing. And I was never a big GameCube fan, but Nintendo 64 was a huge thing for me. So I think seeing a lot of those games come back and have that nostalgia factor added in with the newer controllers and newer design, newer graphics upgrades and things like that would be an awesome thing to do. So we'll see what Nintendo can do on that. Definitely take a look at this article, read through it, see what's going on there. There's a couple other links that are embedded in it that kind of give you some more information about what's going on. So check that out if you can. And my last article of this week is actually the Final Fantasy VII Remastered has officially been announced for both Steam, PS4, and Xbox One. This is a pretty big announcement coming from them, and actually the release date is going to be later this year. It will be released within 2019. So it's a pretty big announcement. The Final Fantasy VIII Remastered project is actually a lot harder than it sounds. It's not as simple as taking an old game, throwing some higher end graphics on it, and putting it into a newer system. with the way the architecture was for the original PlayStation and the way it's changed so much in the 4 and Steam and all these other types of things, it's actually a much harder job to do these redesigns that they've been working on. So I'm pretty impressed that Square Enix has been taking the opportunity to do this. I know there's a lot of revenue in it for them. A lot of people have nostalgic reasons with 7 starting as the first major one for the PlayStation, 8, 9 rolling through, right? 10 for the PS2 and etc. So I'm definitely looking forward to this game. I wasn't a huge fan when I first played it, but through the years I got to like it a lot more and more. The stealing magic was kind of an odd feature to a PlayStation or to a Final Fantasy series game, but it's something that kind of grows on you and you learn how to exploit it properly and you learn how to do good things with it. Definitely, if you haven't played this game before and you have the opportunity to, definitely try to pick it up. It's a great game to play. The cinematics are actually way ahead of their time in that PlayStation era. They were absolutely phenomenal. Gameplay was great. Graphics in actual like world view graphics and stuff were amazing for the time, of course, right, with that original PlayStation series. But definitely check that game out. Check out the article. Stay attuned to what Square Enix is doing. They produce a lot of amazing games. Basically, I don't think I have come into contact with one in a while that I just haven't enjoyed playing. Even if it hasn't been a blockbuster or something like that, it's just something that I've enjoyed getting behind and sitting down and either grabbing a controller or getting to my keyboard and playing it for a while. And that concludes our news for the week. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you have any articles that kind of pop up during the week, you see anything that you like or want to have shown here, or you want me to read something or anything like that, I'm interested. I want to learn. I want to continue to grow. I want to see what you guys are interested in it, so I can be interested in it too. If you like this video, hit subscribe down below. You'll get alerts every time I post a new one. If you didn't like it, comment. Give me a reason why. Let me know what you wanted to see. Let me know what I could do better. I'm trying to provide you guys with the best content you can get. Other than that, thanks for watching. I'll check you guys out next week.